Every man builds a vessel to carry his soul through the great, unpredictable ocean of life. But most men are not conscious architects. They are accidental builders, and the vessel they find themselves in is not one of their own design. It is a flimsy makeshift raft, and they are adrift, tossed about by every wave, pushed by every current, with no control of their own destiny. Have you ever felt this way? Adrift, reacting to the chaos of your life rather than commanding it. Your emotional state rising and falling with the violent tides of your relationships, your career, and the opinions of others. This is a reality for the man living in the first and most common of the three masculine architectures. He is the man on the raft. But there is a second architecture. It is that of the ship. This is the man who has decided he will no longer be a passive victim of the sea. He has become a master builder, a navigator. He has built a sturdy vessel with a strong keel, a tall mast, and a firm rudder. He chooses his own destination and skillfully navigates the storms. He is a man of purpose and agency. And beyond that, there is a third, final, and almost mythical architecture. It is that of the lighthouse. This is the man who has transcended the journey of simply navigating the ocean. He has become a fixed point, a source of light, stability, and guidance for others. He is not in the storm. He is the rock that the storm breaks against. Today, you are the architect. This is your blueprint. We will hold up a mirror to your own construction, allowing you to diagnose with unflinching honesty the vessel you are currently in. And then, we will give you the foundational principles of Stoic engineering required to begin the great work, the transformation of the flimsy raft into a powerful, seafaring ship. Let us first examine construction of the man on the raft. His vessel is not consciously designed. It is built from driftwood he has found floating in the ocean around him, the logs that make up its base of societal expectations and the opinions of his parents. The ropes that weakly bind it together are his past traumas and his learned insecurities. The flimsy sail is made from his desperate need for the approval of others, catching any wind of validation that happens to blow his way. The life of the man on the raft is defined by reactivity. He has no engine, no rudder, no compass. He is completely at the mercy of the ocean. A powerful wave of criticism can break his vessel apart. A strong current of a woman's emotional turmoil can pull him miles off course, into waters he never intended to be in. He spends all of his energy just trying to stay afloat, frantically patching holes and praying for calm seas. In his relationships, this reality is stark. He clings to another person like a desperate man, clinging to a piece of his own raft, hoping they will provide the stability he lacks. His fear of the open ocean, the fear of being alone, is so great that he will cling to a toxic partner, a sinking log, simply because it feels better than being alone in the water. He is needy, he is fearful, and he projects his own instability onto everyone he meets. He cannot lead because he has no idea where he is going. This is the state of the prisoner, the vassal, the boy. It is a life of quiet desperation, spent adrift on a sea of circumstance. If the feeling of being on this makeshift raft, tossed about by a wave you cannot control, is painfully familiar, then know this: you are not alone. But more importantly, know that you are the architect. You have the power to begin a new construction. The decision to pick up the blueprints is the first and most courageous step. Commit to that decision now. Subscribe to this channel. Join a crew of men who are tired of drifting and are ready to build a vessel worthy of the journey of their own soul. Let us lay the first keel. The transformation from the raft to the ship is the single greatest project of a man's life. It is a journey from victim to creator. It is an act of deliberate and conscious engineering, and it begins with understanding the core principles of naval architecture for the soul. The first and most important component of any great ship is its keel. The keel is a central, foundational backbone that runs the length of the vessel. It is the first piece laid, and the entire structure's stability depends on it. For the man building his soul's vessel, the keel is his non-negotiable code of Stoic virtues. The raft is flimsy because it has no central backbone. It is just a collection of logs tied together. The ship, however, is built around a solid, unbending core. These are your chosen principles: integrity, discipline, courage, honor, justice. You must decide what your ship is built upon. You must define the core principles that you will not compromise, no matter how hard the winds blow. This keel is what gives your vessel its fundamental strength and stability. When a storm hits, a ship with a strong keel may be tossed, but it will not break apart. With the keel laid, you must next construct a rudder. A ship, no matter how strong, is still just a more durable raft if it cannot be steered. The rudder is a mechanism that allows the captain to choose his direction. Your rudder is your purpose, your mission. The man on the raft is pushed by the currents. The captain of the ship chooses his destination. You must answer the most fundamental question a man can ask himself. Where am I going? Your mission is a destination you plug into your own internal GPS. It is the why that fuels your journey. Without a rudder, you are still adrift. With a rudder, you can turn the bow of your ship directly into the waves, cutting through them with intention, rather than being broadside by them. This is the difference between agency and victimhood. Finally, a strong ship with a rudder is still sailing blind, without a compass. The compass is a tool that allows the captain to stay on course, to read the environment, and to make rational decisions based on his destination. Your compass is your faculty of reason and discernment. It is your ability to look at the weather, the emotional storms of relationship, the social pressures, and to consult your map of virtues and your destination of purpose and make a wise decision. This is where you must blend the reason of the Stoics with the pragmatism of a thinker like Machiavelli. You must understand the dark clouds and treacherous currents of human nature to navigate them effectively. You must use the sharp insights of psychologists like Jung to understand the parts of the ocean that lie in shadow. Your reason is your compass. It is the tool you use to keep your ship sailing true, even when the stars are hidden and the waters are dark. When a man commits to this great work, when he lays the keel of his virtues, forges the rudder of his purpose, and calibrates the compass of his reason, he undergoes a profound metamorphosis. He is no longer the man on the raft. He is now the captain of the ship. He stands at the helm of his own life. The ocean is no less chaotic. The storms are no less fierce, but he is no longer their victim. He is a worthy adversary. He has a destination. He has the strength to weather the storms. He has the tools to navigate with skill. He is a figure of power, agency, and self-possession. He has achieved a level of freedom and capability that the man on the raft, endlessly patching holes and praying for rescue, could only dream of. But the ship, for all its strength and glory, is still in the ocean. It is still on a journey, still subject to the ultimate power of the sea, still sailing towards a destination. The final ascension of a man is not about becoming a better navigator or building a stronger ship. It is about transcending the journey itself. It is about becoming a destination. This is the great and final work of transforming the ship into the lighthouse. We left our hero at the helm of his own destiny. He has accomplished the great work of a lifetime. He has transformed the flimsy, reactive raft of his youth into a powerful, purposeful ship. He is no longer a victim of the ocean of life. He is its skillful navigator. He has a destination in his mission, a keel of virtue and a compass of reason. He is a man of agency, a man of power, a man who commands his own vessel. And for many, this is the pinnacle of masculine achievement. But the journey is not over. The man on the ship, for all his strength, is still engaged in a constant battle. His life is one of perpetual navigation, of bracing against the waves, of fighting the currents, of always striving toward a destination on the horizon. The captain, for all his command, is still ultimately at the mercy of the sea. A large enough wave, a treacherous enough storm, can still sink the strongest of ships. His power is conditional. His peace is found in successful navigation, not in a state of being. And so, he feels the limitation of his own architecture. The constant striving can be exhausting. His journey, no matter how noble, is still fundamentally about him, his mission, his destination. And deep down, he knows that the ocean is ultimately more powerful than any vessel that sails upon it. This is what leads a man to the final and most profound act of creation. He must learn to transcend the journey itself. He must begin the great work of transforming his ship into the lighthouse. This is the final ascension. It is a movement from doing to being. It is the journey from worldly power to spiritual sovereignty. The construction of the lighthouse requires three fundamental shifts in a man's philosophy. The first is laying a new foundation on the bedrock of reality. A ship is built to conquer the water. A lighthouse is built upon a rock so solid that the water becomes irrelevant. This rock is a profound, unconditional acceptance of reality as it is. It is a full and total embrace of amor fati, the love of one's fate. The captain of the ship fights the storm to get to his destination. The keeper of a lighthouse accepts the storm as a necessary and integral part of the ocean's nature. He stops resisting what is. He understands that the calm seas and the raging tempests, the safe passages and the shipwrecks, are all part of the unchangeable fabric of existence. His goal is no longer to conquer the ocean, but to be an unshakable presence within it. By anchoring himself to the bedrock of what is, he becomes immovable. The waves of fortune, which once threatened to capsize his ship, now crash harmlessly against his foundation. With his foundation secured on the rock, he begins to build the tower of his character. The architecture of a ship is functional. Its virtues are a means to an end, a successful voyage. The architecture of a lighthouse is monumental. Its virtue is an end in itself. The tower is built brick by brick from a solidified character, from a lifetime of choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. The bricks are his integrity, his justice, his temperance, his courage. The tower is not built to go anywhere. It is built to be something. It is a testament, a monument to his own highest principles. His focus shifts from what he can achieve in the world to the man he can become. He understands that the tower of his character is the only true legacy he will ever build, the only structure that time cannot erode. Finally, and most crucially, the lighthouse must be given its light. This is the ultimate transformation in a man's purpose. The light of wisdom, shined in service to others. The ship's purpose, no matter how noble, is ultimately self-referenced, to reach its own destination. The lighthouse has a transcendent purpose. It does not exist for itself. Its entire function is to shine a light to help other ships navigate the treacherous waters and reach their destinations. The man who becomes a lighthouse has expanded his mission beyond his own success story. He comes to understand the great Stoic truth of sympathia, the idea that we are all interconnected, that an injury to one is an injury to all. His power and wisdom are no longer tools for his own advancement, but a beacon to be shared. The light he shines is his knowledge, his example, the profound calm of his presence, and the wisdom he has earned from navigating his own storms. He has transcended the ego's journey and has become a source of value for the world. And so, the final architecture is complete. What is the reality of the man who has become the lighthouse? His presence is a force of nature. He is a fixed point of stability in a chaotic and uncertain world. People are drawn to him, not because he is dynamic and exciting in the way the captain of the ship was, but because he is a source of profound and unwavering calm. Drama and chaos seem to die in his presence, unable to find purchase on the solid rock of his being. He is not easily moved by the fleeting emergencies of the world, because his perspective is long, his foundation deep. In his relationships, he is the ultimate safe harbor. A woman with a lighthouse is not with a man on his own frantic journey. She is with a man who is a destination. She feels an incredible sense of psychological safety with him. He is not threatened by her own journey, her own ambitions, or her own storms. He is a stable light she can always use to find her way back home. He provides guidance without control and strength without domination. Their connection is not one of two ships sailing side by side, hoping to stay on the same course. It is a connection of a ship that has willingly chosen to build its home port in the safety and warmth of a powerful, guiding light. His relationship with fortune, with the unpredictable ocean of life, is one of serene mastery. He no longer fears the abyss. He has transcended the battle. He watches the storms of the world rage, knowing they cannot touch his foundation. He sees the inevitable shipwrecks of life, and his light offers guidance and hope without being diminished by the surrounding darkness. He has achieved the ultimate goal of the Stoic philosopher, apatheia, a state of profound tranquility, a peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. The three architectures represent the complete journey of masculine development. You begin as a raft, a passive victim of circumstance. Through great effort, you become the ship, an active agent, the captain of your own life. And through even greater wisdom, you can become the lighthouse, a transcendent beacon, a a source of stability for yourself and for the world. This is not a linear path with a final graduation. It is a choice you make every single day. In every moment of challenge you choose. Will I be tossed about like the raft? Will I navigate with the striving effort of the ship? Or will I stand firm, anchored to the bedrock of my principles, and shine my own light like the lighthouse? The world has enough men adrift on rafts. It has many men sailing bravely on their own ships, seeking their own treasure. What the world desperately needs now, more than ever, are men with the courage and the wisdom to undertake the final construction. It needs men who are willing to stop sailing for themselves and to become a source of light for others. It needs lighthouses,